Hey there, Boots Owen here. This is a Rems Push. It's a pressure test pump. The idea is that you connect it to whatever system you want to pressurize. There's a connector there. This is hydraulic hose, high pressure hose. Goes on here, and it's got a dial there, and a bleed valve, and some kind of a thing on a spring, which I think goes in here to hold the bar down or the handle down. Now, you can push it a bit, but nothing happens, and then it gets stuck. I've had a look in the manual, and I think it's got something to do with there being something in here, like with a ball and something, and I think it can hop out or something. So I'm going to try taking this apart. I'm hoping this is a 5-minute job, because I don't really want to do it any longer. Here, there's like a circlip. Let's get in a bit closer. Up here, there's like a circlip thing, an E-clip, or I suppose it's a circlip. Yeah, it looks like an E-clip. My issue is I don't want to lose it more than getting it off. There it is, it's moving now. That's it, it's off. An E-clip just like that. I'll put it on the bench. Then this guy should pop out. I'm imagining there's a spring at the bottom of this brass plunger as well. I don't know if it's better to take this one off or this one, but I suppose it doesn't matter, and I'm already starting on this one. So I'm pumping it down, and as I release it, I can grip it out a bit. It kind of wants to come back up quite quickly. There we go. Okay, flip that over. Keep the pin. What's in here? Fizzy water. What's really going on? That's a weird one. Whatever that's not solid brass then. There's some kind of a plug in the end of it. There's water in here. And there's meant to be a ball in the bottom of that, so how do I get down there? It almost feels like the pipe coming out is blocked when you're pumping it, but also it doesn't build up any pressure, which is strange. So in here at the bottom there is a brass ball, and it looks to be about right. So when you suck it in, when you lift up the handle, it should draw water up from the reservoir below. That ball lifts up, lets the water in, then drops down again. So then, wonder is it in this end? Should I disconnect it from the body of the thing? It's bolted on. For simplicity's sake, I might take off this handle as well. So now I'm starting to think that it wasn't the original thing. The plunger was okay. There we go, that E-clip's off. Right. Let's unscrew this the whole way and see what happens. I haven't done that before, actually. I think I would have tried. So that's just a bleed valve there that drops it back through a little pipe down below. And it didn't seem to make any difference when I was doing it before. So then let's take off the hydraulic hose, because really that's all there is left to look at. But it shouldn't be, because you should still see the pressure come up here, which is the weird thing. So I was looking for a pump like this for a long time, since I've been doing jobs in my house. And they don't come up very often used, not when I've been looking. It's the inside of that there. Looks okay. It's blowing through just fine. And I bought it at a car boot sale for the grand sum of £10. Now, can I see through here? Not really. There's a plug in there, presumably with a one-way valve. So I need an Allen key. So somewhere in here. That's about right. Looks like a 5mm, is it? Yeah, there we go. just some kind of a plug. Is there a valve in behind it then, or what? Spring. Oh dear. Spring in behind it. Which I reckon is some kind of a valve or something. So if I put the plunger back in, there we go. I would say that this little fellow was stuck. I'm not entirely sure. It's got a rubber ring on it. I think it was just stuck. And somehow it wouldn't push for whatever reason. Don't really understand that, but so that spring sits in there. And then this guy pushes the spring forward. There's a bit of a strange rubber gasket on it, which appears to need to be there. So the gasket might have expanded. Might be the error, I don't know. Try and get this all back in one go. So I had a look at the exploded parts list again, and there's nothing wrong with it. Other than that washer, I think, has gotten a bit, like, it's meant to be a flat washer, and it's the rubber washer, and it's just a bit too flat now. So let's see if I can bend up a piece of welding rod to get in. No, just bends and breaks because it's welding rod. I actually put the needle nose pliers in backwards. Not long enough. I'm touching the end of it, but I'm not reaching it. Try it like that. That won't go in. There we go. A bit of bent up wire pushed it out to that shape, almost back on itself. Right. So this washer has gotten squidged, I think. It should be a flat washer that goes around there, and it still is, but it's gotten too big, look. So will I have one like that somewhere? It does appear to look a lot like an O-ring, but it's more rubbery or something. It's all rubber. I'll try this one in it. It's I don't know what size it is. R04. 6 by 1.8. I'd prefer if it was like 6 by 2.5 or something. But we'll try that. It feels a bit more promising this time. I'm guessing I just have to seat this up like that, and then sounds a lot better. Okay, so I'll rebuild all this and we'll go and test it out. No, you've got to do it differently. Like that. Start like that. Get one clip on. it. The next one on. Very good. Feels much better. That's a locking pin. Was it just so you can carry it or what? I don't no idea. It's a lot louder out here. Let's see what happens if I pump it. Yeah, it's doing pressure all right. Looks about right then. I wonder can I get a cap on that? So after a degree of faffing around, I don't think that pressure gauge there is meant to read held pressure. Looking at the manual, there's a diagram, and you're meant to have your system that you're pressurizing with its own gauge on it and a shut-off at the end, or like a filling point with a shut-off valve at the end of the hose. So you fill up the system, get it up to pressure on its gauge and this gauge, and then you shut it off and disconnect this and do your pressure test, leaving it overnight or whatever the length of time is in the pressure test. So I think now that this is pumping again, which it wasn't before, I think I have solved it by replacing that O-ring, which is a very small part. I had a look online as well, and the O-ring kit, which is an O-ring for this, is 20 quid because these are about 200 or 300 quid new. So if you buy it new, it's a small price to pay to get it repaired. If you buy it secondhand, as I have, then spending 20 quid on a £10 machine is a lot of money. So I'm happy with it. It seems to work, and I'll put it away because I haven't got any pressure testing coming up in the short term, but I'll know where it is if I need to use it. That's how I live. This is how I do it. It makes no sense at all. You could probably hire one of these as well, or you could just go out and buy one. You can get one with a plastic box and no brand on it, and they're about 100 quid or something like that. Questions or comments, leave them below, or any anecdotes about pressure pumps. If you like this channel and you want to support it, please check out the membership link below, or just subscribe. That suits me. A like would be appreciated. Questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. See you later.